As of 2012, yes, the state of Israel did sterilize Ethiopian Jews because they did not want the black African Ethiopian Jews to reproduce. They wanted to keep the country majority white. And the sterilization didn't even begin in Israel. The moment that they started transporting them from Ethiopia was the moment that they had started the injections before they even got into Israel. And this racist campaign did not happen in the 70s, 80s, 90s. It happened up until 2013 when an Ethiopian woman had exposed Israel for what they were doing because she had figured out what was happening when 25 of the 35 Ethiopian women in her village could not have children. And the doctors that were administrating this medical racism were also knew exactly why they were administrating this birth control. So it started from the bottom all the way to the top. Also, it's not just the government that's racist, and I'm not saying there's no discrimination against Afro-Palestinians. There is, but I mean, if you just search here, Israelis gathered or Israelis being racist towards Africans, you're gonna see there's literally like groups of 50 or 60 of them hurling insults and R-word threats and K-word threats towards the black Jews. And of course, you can Google everything I'm saying. I mean, you'll find scholarly articles, you'll find videos, you'll find every single thing about the sterilization. You will find videos of the racism. All you gotta do is search.
It's being reported that Hamas has just released 2 more hostages, but apparently they were trying to release them on Friday. I saw this being reported on Saturday, but I didn't talk about it because I was unsure of how accurate it was. Hamas had put out a statement saying, "We informed our Qatari brothers yesterday evening that we would be releasing Nurit and Yochafed for humanitarian reasons and without expecting anything in return. However, the Israeli occupation government refused to accept them." While Benjamin Netanyahu's office also put out a statement after the fact saying, "We will not refer to false propaganda by Hamas. We will continue to act in every way to return all the kidnapped and missing people home." Of course, when you read this on Saturday, you're like, who's telling the truth? Those 2 hostages were in fact released to the International Committee of the Red Cross, which took them to the Rafah crossing where they were met by Israeli security officials. After releasing them, Hamas put out another statement saying, "We decided to release them for humanitarian and poor health grounds. Despite that, the enemy refused to receive them last Friday." If you ask me, it's very clear that the Israeli government is playing games because they had promised a continued flow of aid through the Rafah crossing. That an Israeli tank has accidentally hit the Egyptian border, injuring 7 people. Israeli military put out a statement saying the incident is being investigated and details are under review. The IDF expresses sorrow regarding the incident. I think we can all agree that nothing's going to come from that investigation.
My name is Avitar Rubin. I'm 19 years old from Jerusalem and I refuse to join the Israeli military. Up until now, I've been 47 days in the prison and I refuse to join the army as long as it continues its barbaric practice of oppression and ethnic cleansing of the Palestinian natives.
My name is Einat, I'm 19 years old and today I'm refusing to serve in the Israeli army. I have sat for 57 days in prison and today I'm probably gonna go in and sit more time in prison. I'm gonna continue to stand in solidarity with the Palestinian people and I hope we'll create together a better future.
My name is Novesh Abtai Levin. I'm 18 years old from Hod HaSharon. Till now, I sat 3 times in the military prison, in total of 35 days. Today, I'm going to refuse once again to join the Israeli army of apartheid and occupation.
My name is Shachar Schwartz. I'm 18 years old. I've sat 3 times in military prison for a total of 60 days because I refuse to cooperate with Israeli apartheid and ethnic cleansing.
Festival survivor says the IDF killed festival attendees during crossfire with Hamas. The interview is being censored.
הם מתנהגים אלינו בצורה מאוד אנושית, זה אומר שהם שומרים עלינו. כן, מה זה אומר אנושית? שומרים עלינו, הם נותנים לנו לשתות פה ושם, שהם רואים שאנחנו בלחץ, הם מרגיעים אותנו. הייתה תחושה מאוד מאוד מפחידה, אבל אף אחד לא התנהג אלינו באלימות. למזלי, לא קרה לי את מה שאני שומעת בתקשורת.
קרו דברים איומים ונוראים.
נכון, אבל אחרי שעתיים, בקיצור, בהתחלה לא היה שום גורם ביטחוני איתנו. אנחנו אלה שהתקשרנו במשטרה יחד עם החוטפים, כי החוטפים רצו שהמשטרה תגיע, כי המטרה שלהם הייתה לחטוף אותנו לעזה. בסיומה במהלכה, אחד המחבלים החליט להיכנע, זה מחבל שיצר איתי קשר, במהלך השעתיים האלה יצרתי קשר עם כמה מהחוטפים, אלה ששמרו על הבני הערובה.
כן.
והוא מחליט להשתמש בי כמגן אנושי, הוא מחליט להיכנע, אני לא מודעת לזה באותם רגעים, זה בדיעבד, הוא מתחיל להתפשט, הוא קורא לי ומתחיל לצאת איתי מהבית תחת אש, אני צועקת בזמן הזה לימ"מ כשהם יכולים לשמוע אותי שיפסיקו לראות,
כן.
ואז הם שומעים אותי והם מפסיקים לראות, אני רואה על הדשא של בגינה של האנשים מהקיבוץ, שיש 5 בני ערובה ששוכבים או 6 על האדמה בחוץ, ממש כצאן לטבח מול הירי של הימ"מ שלנו והמחבלים.
הטרוריסטים ירו בהם?
לא, הם נהרגו מהחילופי ירי, תבין שהיה חילופי ירי מאוד מאוד קשים.
זאת אומרת, יכול להיות שזה כוחותינו ירו בהם? כשניסו לפסל את החוטפים, את החמאס?
הם חיסלו את כולם, כולל הבני ערובה, כי היה שם חילופי ירי מאוד מאוד קשים. אני משוחררת בסביבות השעה 5:30, ב8:30 כנראה מסתיימת הלחימה, אחרי שהיה חילופי אש מטורפים, אפילו 2 פקזים של טנק שירו לתוך הבית, זה בית קיבוצי קטן, זה לא איזה, רואים את זה בחדשות.
כן.
זה לא מקום גדול. וברגע הזה כולם נהרגו, היה שקט חוץ מצולה אחת שיצאה הדס דגן, וזהו וגם.
איך כולם נהרגו?
מהחילופי אש.
מהחילופי אש, כלומר יכול להיות שגם זה מאש כוחותינו?
חד משמעית.
כן?
וככה אני מאמינה.
אוי, זה נשמע כל כך רע.
כן, וכולם מתו.
ואת, בזכות אותו מחבל שהחליט להסגיר את עצמו,
בדיוק.
ואת ניצלת וכל היתר נהרגו.
I believe you mentioned in the article it was removed.
That's right. It was removed from the website of Kan, the official Israeli state broadcaster. But what we also have in the article is this woman, Yasmin Porat, she gave 2 other interviews, one to the Israeli newspaper Ma'ariv, there you go, and another to Israel's Channel 12. And this Channel 12 interview, we didn't subtitle it, it's 30 minutes long, but we do have a lot of quotes from it that we translated into English. And she provides more detail of how the Palestinian fighters were not at all intent on harming the civilians. And Kan, the Israeli state radio, took the interview down. Because think about it, this is much too an explosive a truth for Israel to allow out there for the world to see. Because their whole fabricated story is that the Palestinians went in simply intent on killing for the sake of killing, to kill as many Jews as possible. And in fact, what we refer to there is the Hannibal Directive, which is a well-known Israeli military doctrine that says Israeli forces are allowed to use overwhelming force if they see one of their people being captured. They're allowed to shell, to shoot, to kill them, rather than allow them to be taken alive, to prevent the enemy from having prisoners they can use in a negotiation.